Hello, everyone, and welcome to this pick a card reading. So, today we're going to be looking into your future and sort of receiving messages from your future self. I'm going to kind of title this reading Unlocking the Future You, and I'm going to use the prompt of what's the key to becoming who you're meant to be. So, yeah, we're just going to kind of leave it there and see what comes through from spirit, from the divine, from your future self. I think it's going to be a really nice one to tune into your future timelines and to see what's going on. And I have also just released a new light language track. This one is really powerful for clearing the subconscious mind. It's an ancestral wounds karma clearing tape, and it's designed to be used as a sleep tape, meaning you listen to it as you're falling asleep and while you sleep. So I've looped it so that it's like an hour long. But you can listen to it at any time. But it's a really, really good one for reprogramming the subconscious mind and clearing blocks, especially that have been inherited from ancestry that you've brought in from your past lives and that exist within the bloodlines of both your mother and your father's lineage. So it's a really deep one. It will help you to clear patterns while you are sleeping, which is the beauty of sleep tapes and working with the subconscious mind with light language. So yeah, all the information will be linked in the description box if you want to read more about this and see if it's right for you. But it could really help you to clear what might be in the way of becoming who you are sort of meant to be in this life, the fullest, most, completed version of you. And understanding the subconscious mind and blocks that exist in the subconscious mind have been a huge key for me in my own healing journey and progress. So all the information is linked in the description box below, and I'll let you read up for it yourself and see if it's right for you. And then go ahead and choose your card, and I'll see you for your reading. Hello, Group 1, and welcome to your reading. So you chose the Two of Cups, which in this deck is spiritual union. And we're asking the question today, what's the key to becoming who you're meant to be? What's the key to unlocking your future timeline? So as soon as I saw this card for your group, because I just shuffled them like live and just, whichever one came out was the one to, pick from at the start of the reading. I don't know if that made any sense, but anyway, we're just going to keep going. As soon as I saw your card, I knew that you are going to have this unlocked. The key for you is some kind of a soulmate relationship, like a soul contract. You have a soul contract written for you that is very, very deeply significant for your life and for the trajectory of your life. And for some of you, you may already be in union with this person, but for others of you, this is someone who you have yet to meet, and it is the key to you becoming who you're meant to be. Okay, you might have work that you're meant to do with this person in this lifetime. There may be certain things that you're meant to achieve and accomplish in this union with this person. But even if you're not meant to do like overt work together, you will do a lot of work like healing together. A lot of healing work will happen when you meet this person. I'm seeing like you will be swept up into a wave of healing that you did not even realize was possible for you. And it will take you on a journey in your life to a place where you didn't even realize that it was, you didn't even realize your life was going in this direction. Like it's going to change your life when you come into contact with this person. And when this soul contract is initiated, I want to say it's like an initiation almost. So yeah, let's get some more cards, a little bit more information about this contract, this soul contract. Spirit, what do you want them to know? Victory and success, the Six of Wands. Okay. Well, yeah, we have the Two of Pentacles, which is saying that your life is going to be taken in a different direction than what you thought. Like, yeah, back of the deck here, we have destiny. I don't think you're going to realize like exactly where your life is headed until this person comes into your life. For some of you, you have already met them, and you will know because it will have taken you on a huge journey. Like you will, like as soon as you meet them, your life will have changed drastically, radically, and it will never be the same again. You may have been called to like move away from a certain job, a certain relationship, from family members, from some old version of you that you will have instantly outgrown as soon as you come into contact with this person. There's something about the way that this person impacts your energy where it instantly unlocks a destiny, like it's like a destiny portal. It's like unlocks a destiny portal. This does feel very romantic, I have to say. it feels like a romantic union, okay? It definitely is. Like, I just feel this level of unity and bonding. It feels very romantic. For some of you, this could extend to you're meant to have children with this person, and that's a part of your divine, like, destiny and a part of your future, or you have already had children with this person. And from this, like, union, if you did have children together, I feel that these children would also be like soul family. You would be kind of creating your own soul family. If that is, it's not for everyone, but that's something coming through. For others of you, you might meet this person a bit later in life. And that's also perfect. Spirit wants you to know that. Okay, let's get a little bit more information. Yeah, new beginnings. I just keep getting like that your whole life changes as soon as you meet this person. Hello, Nina. It's my cat, obviously. Okay, she's sitting on the cards. Okay, we're animal lovers in this channel, so I'm not going to move her, but she has made herself known. So she's sitting on top of the new beginnings card, and that is the overarching energy that I get from this is like when this person comes into your life, you will have a new beginning that feels almost like you've been propelled forwards in a portal energy, like you've been pushed forwards into this new life, this new version of yourself, almost a little bit against your will, because the force of the divine destiny is so powerful, as in you will use your free will to make this decision. Like, I'm not saying that you will feel forced, but there will be a magnitude of the energy that you're exposed to. That the energy will have a magnitude of its own that you might not necessarily feel like it's even, you're going to feel like it's already written, like it's already predestined, and you're kind of just like going through the motions of this destiny portal. I do think that it will change your life. Like, there's something that will be left behind when you enter into this relationship, or when you have entered into this relationship. Some of you are already in this relationship. But I'm also seeing like many cycles of this same portal energy where it's like you go through one cycle and everything changes, and then maybe after like 5 years or something, a new portal is activated and you go through another cycle. So this person is like your destiny person that you're meant to be with in this lifetime. I feel it's a romantic union. And I feel like a lot of karma is actually cleared through being with this person. It's almost like as soon as you come into contact with this person, things clear rapidly. Like, it clears rapidly your karma, like things that have been holding you back subconsciously that you may be aware of, and sometimes you may not even be fully aware of what it is. It's going to start clearing rapidly, and all of a sudden you will no longer be a vibrational match to people, places, and things. Your identity will shift to be more in alignment with who you authentically are as a soul. There will be things that have been out of alignment that may have been being maintained by old structures, by old relationships, by old versions of you. And you're going to like instantly not be a vibrational match to that anymore. It's going to be like a reckoning. Like, it's going to be a huge shift in your life, like a huge new beginning. And it might feel like everything is new or that everything has to go. Like, this kind of an activation of a soul level connection is I feel it's one of the deepest ones possible that you've chosen, that you've signed up for in this lifetime. This is like no small thing. So what I mean by that is that when you come into contact with this person, when you come into union with them, I feel like everything in your life will be assessed by the divine, by the angels, by the Most High, and it will be decided like if it is allowed to continue in your life or not, if it is resonant with who you truly are, or if it is not. And if it is not, then it will have to leave. It will have to unravel, and it will have to kind of be taken away. So I think that honestly there might be aspects of this that feel quite challenging, because as humans we are very attached to people, places, and things, to old identities, even to behaviors or patterns that keep us feeling kind of stable. But Spirit's saying this is a huge upgrade, and it's only going to keep getting deeper and deeper and deeper. Like, I feel like what I'm seeing, wow, this is a really, really interesting reading. I feel like what I'm seeing is that there's almost like it's being shown to me in cycles, like seasons. You're going to enter into the first season or cycle with this person when you meet them. And it's going to take around 5 years, for some of you a little bit longer. It's going to take approximately 5 years, maybe 7 for some of you, maybe 10 for some of you. But there's going to be this complete clearing out of the old. It's going to be like an intense clearing, purging kind of cycle initially when you first meet. And it might be quite startling. You might be like, what? I didn't realize that I would have to let go of this and let go of this and let go of this and let go of this. But it's because it's almost like until you meet this person, until you come into union with them, You haven't been fully living in alignment with the truth of who you are. And then when you meet them and they see you for who you truly are, it activates you in such a deep way that you realize that you're kind of being inauthentic in certain areas of your life. You realize, like, this thing actually doesn't serve me, or this person actually doesn't see me, or this job actually doesn't fulfill me, or this role that I'm playing in my family isn't actually me. It's a program or a script that I just have running in my subconscious mind. You're going to have this huge awareness. It's going to bring like a psychic awareness that is like profound and actually a lot to integrate. Okay. This is a very high level spiritual union that you're going to have. Yeah. Literally it says spiritual union on your card. Like, this is very high level. And then after the initial purge is over, when you've released the things that have to be released and you've grieved for the things that have ended, because I'm seeing certain relationships will come to an end because you will no longer be able to be in that vibrational field with that person any longer. And it might be quite surprising, like a best friend of your whole life or something. All of a sudden you can't resonate with them anymore and you have to walk away. So there could be like grief about this, or you realize something about your family members and you have to really heal that. There's something about when this person comes in that it activates this light of awareness in your life, and so many things become clear. So much becomes like, it's like a light is turned on and all of a sudden you can see for the first time. You see what's always been there. You see reality, and denial is stripped from you. You're completely stripped from denial. It's like you can't stay in denial about anything in your life anymore. It's almost like you have the vision of the angels, of your guides, of spirit. You have like the vision of the divine itself coming through you, and you can see all of a sudden your life in plain detail. And there's certain things that you were kind of trying to make work. You were trying to make it work out of love, but it was like sort of misguided because it was hurting you in some way. Wow. So you're also going to activate this person in the same way. Like, it's going to be vice versa. Like, the way that they activate you, you activate them. It's a very mutual kind of connection. And I feel that the love that you will have with this person is nothing like you have ever experienced before in your life. This is a love like no other. You've never experienced this before in this life. I think you've had many incarnations with this person in many of your past lives. Okay. This person, you know this person inside out, you know their soul. And I feel that when you meet them for the first time, there will be an instant recognition at a soul level. Okay. And what it's going to feel like is going to feel like grounding. It's going to feel safe. It's going to feel secure. You're going to feel this shift in your physical body, in your spiritual energy when you're around this person. And it's sort of like you feel this sense of you already know them. You already know their energy, their essence, the light that shines from their eyes. It already is familiar to you. You already recognize it. It could be love at first sight, but I feel that it's very, 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 very grounded. I feel like that's the best way to word it. Whereas I feel like because I feel sometimes love at first sight can come from a toxic place, or it can come from like a karmic place where you sort of karmically bonded to somebody. But this feels very different. It feels very grounded. It feels very sincere, and it feels very safe. And it's very like much has a longevity. Like, this person, I don't think you would be able to be separated from this person. And then I don't think there would be a breakup. I don't think that you're going to need to ever have any kind of period of separation, because I feel that the work that you will do together, whilst at times it might feel quite intolerable because it's some of the deepest healing work that you can do as a soul on this earth, and have it mirrored to you by this divine counterpart, I also feel that you will naturally feel very bonded to one another and very much anchored in the relationship, and the relationship will kind of be able to hold you throughout all of this growth and change in your life. And it will be kind of an anchor point as so many other things in your life are changing, and you will be that for each other. Okay, so once this sort of cycle ends, Spirit, what's the next cycle for them? Because I feel like that's maybe when, yeah, that's when the magic begins. I feel like through this relationship, you actually become the people that you have come here to be. Like, the initial prompt from this reading was like, who are you? Like, what's the key to unlocking who you've always meant to be, or who you're meant to be? It's this relationship, because this relationship provides the portal. It provides the healing chamber in which you release everything that is not a vibrational match to the truth of who you are. Let's get one more card, Spirit. Wow, we've got the universe, which is the world card. This is everything. Oh my gosh, look, we have from the full to the world. Wow, this is really, really profound energy, you guys. I feel that through this relationship, like the second season of your relationship could be actually about leadership and becoming kind of something somehow present on the world stage. I'm seeing like world world leaders, leaders of the new earth. I know that sounds kind of intense, but like through this relationship connection, through this portal, you're actually going to realize how incredibly powerful you are and how incredibly like magical you are. I think you're going to have a lot of magical things happen when you're with this person, a lot of synchronicities, a lot of things that just can't be explained, like miracles. You're going to see psychic phenomenon like orbs, things like this that just sort of take your breath away. I feel that it's going to be you're going to be taken into a whole new world with this person, like a world that you maybe didn't even realize existed in this world. Like you didn't realize it existed, or you didn't realize it existed for you in your life. Yeah, there's something like it opens up a door to a reality that you did not know was actually available to you. And I'm seeing a lot of freedom. Like back of the deck, we actually have the crown chakra. So it's like this relationship frees you. The number one energy that it will have is that it will be of freedom. Like you will feel free with this person to like completely be yourself in a way that you've never really done with anyone before. But it will also free you from all karmic burden and baggage that you've carried in from other lifetimes. I'm seeing like past life, because what I believe and how I see energy is that when we have like whatever we experience in our early childhood conditioning, like our subconscious mind as it's programmed, it's always a vibrational match to what we are carrying in from our past lives. So it doesn't really begin in our childhood, it begins before then. It begins in our other lifetimes. And then we are like a vibrational match to the family situation that we choose to incarnate through. So this relationship is about freeing yourself from karma, and it can kind of only be done through relationship is what I'm seeing. Number one, because you need the support from someone who loves you to this level and to this depth and who sees you for who you truly are, because I see that this relationship could ask you to give up everything and everyone. I know that sounds really, really full on, but it kind of is giving me the energy of like, you're on a mission. Like this is your initiation into your mission, and nothing else matters as much as you fulfilling your divine destiny. And then it puts it into perspective when you meet this person. Like nothing else matters as much as completing your mission and releasing anything that holds you back. Like you might immediately, I don't know, feel compelled to like go sober when you meet this person, or you might feel compelled to like, go no contact with someone in your life. Like this kind of radical action. I'm seeing radical action being taking place to free yourself and to karmically end loops that were playing out and that were draining your energy. You will have victory and success. You have that card there. Like everything that you're guided to do is guiding you towards success. But I do see that there might be a couple of years where there's a lot of kind of turmoil as things in your reality are rearranging themselves. But the thing is that once you actually enter into the second season of this relationship, where it's like the season sort of changes, it's going to feel incredible. Like it's going to feel so remarkable, because it's sort of like you've become the person that you really were here to become. And I really feel like you're going to be very, very connected with this person, but also at the same time, kind of like maintaining your own freedom, your own sense of identity, and your own dreams, goals, and wishes and aspirations. Because I don't know how much you're meant to work together. I actually see maybe you're meant to do kind of a completion energy in your own right. It's like kind of doing, I feel like you might both be taken in different directions in terms of the work that you want to do in the world and how you want to make an impact in the world. I feel that there's some kind of distance between you in terms of the work that you do, like the way that you are of service is what I'm trying to say. The way that you are of service in your mission, how you give back to humanity, how you make an impact in the world around you. There may be some level of working together on projects and things like this, but I feel you have very distinct roles and you have different energies, and that's why they complement each other so much. Yeah, so this next season that you enter into is one where you come really deeply into your own power, and you're going to feel like from the full to the world, that's like the full circle of the major arcana. So you're going to feel some sense of like you've come full circle. And the world card, depicted here as the universe, is one of the most powerful cards for releasing karma. And karma is the things that create resistance in your life, that feels like it holds you back, that you can't quite explain why patterns keep repeating in the ways that they do. And ultimately, it's aspects that can make us not feel free, like limiting beliefs and things like this. But this relationship is, like I said, a portal. You're going to be swept up in the energy of it. It's kind of like it's sort of like giving me the energy of, and I know this is kind of a funny example, but it's kind of giving me the energy of like when Harry in Harry Potter, when he realizes that he's a wizard and he gets told, like, you're a wizard, Harry. And then he gets taken into this whole other universe that he did not know existed. But it makes so much sense because he's like, oh, this explains why I've always been like this, or why I've always had these things happen, or why I don't fit in with the Dursleys and things like this. That's kind of the level of extreme that I'm getting for this like portal that you're going to be taken into. It's almost like you move from the muggle world to the magical world, and things in your life that you're going to be like, oh my gosh, now I make sense. I make sense. Like who I am as a person makes so much sense when I'm around this person, when I'm in this relationship, when I'm having this activated for me. Yeah, it's going to be like a profound a profound initiation. I feel like it's going to really open your eyes to what is actually possible, in a way that, like I said, I don't think you really realized before. You didn't realize that this world was actually waiting for you, and it was waiting for you to step into it and to step into your power. So yeah, I feel like, to clarify, that when you first meet this person, it's going to be like a tornado of change, okay? There's going to be so much changing in your life. You're going to have it all really clear because you set it up this way. You set up this soul contract to initiate certain changes that needed to be made so that you could break karmic loops and cycles. And when you meet this person, it's going to put it into perspective. You're going to realize, like, wow, I really needed to free myself from this thing, from this identity, from this relationship, from this job, from this career, from this pattern, from this substance that I'm addicted to, or whatever it might be. It's that kind of energy where, for some reason, until this person comes in and you're in the light of their energy field, you're in the light of their aura, of their soul, it's like their soul's light shines upon you and you see things about your life differently. You see yourself differently. It's like you have this huge awakening and you're like, wow, I really need to make changes. And you do the same for them in the same way, but in different ways. Like, you can see things in their life that they couldn't see, and they can see things in your life that you couldn't see. But when you're around this person, it's like you instantly see the same way that they can see. It's really powerful. And then there's a lot of integration, right, of this new timeline, of this portal kind of that's been activated. There's a lot of integration that happens, like I said, for 5 years, for 7 years, for 10 years even. There's a lot. Like, this is huge karmic upheaval. This is a complete rewriting of your life and what you even thought was possible, okay? To continue the Harry Potter metaphor, I kind of feel like it's sort of like you're going to almost be going to school, because Harry, when he gets told, like, hey, you're a wizard, it's also like you're going to Hogwarts, right, for the rest of your education. I'm seeing there's some period of this change where it's like you're almost going to be in this period of intense learning. Like, you're learning a lot for the next like 5, 7, 10 years or whatever it is after you meet this person. There's a lot of deep learning. And it's not to discount all that you've already learned up until this point when you meet this person, but this is at a next level. Like, this level of soulmate connection, it opens up worlds, it opens up portals into kind of living in a more magical way, because you both ground that energy together. There's something powerful about the spiritual union that you're going to be in, and the way that it kind of creates a unity consciousness. Also, it's very connected into your divine mission. Like, it almost feels like it's sort of like with Harry, right? He has like a huge destiny. It's like you're here to defeat Voldemort, and that's like your like life's purpose. It's kind of giving me that energy where it's like you realize your life purpose, and you're like, wow, this is a huge life purpose, and you take it really seriously. It's also giving me kind of like, I don't know, when people become a spy or something, they have to like leave behind their old life. Like, I don't know why I'm getting this kind of imagery, but it's sort of like that, where it's like, okay, well, what are you willing to do to like take on this mission? Are you willing to like move on? Are you willing to leave this thing behind? Are you willing to go all in? And that's sort of the energy that I'm getting. It's like you're going to feel like, I want to go all in. And it's just going to feel right. It's going to feel like your destiny. It's going to feel like the wheel turns in your favor. And all of a sudden it's time to go all in. It's time to go all in. But this new life is so much more fulfilling than the old. You're going to realize how much that old life was like creating kind of a shell of an existence where you weren't really being your true self or living out your fullest potential. And this new timeline is like you really are living out your fullest potential without any doubts. You are 100% living out your fullest potential with this person. So you're kind of going to be in this like educational period, I'm seeing, where it's like you're learning so much so rapidly. And there comes a point where it's like you sort of graduate from that season of integration, of change, of learning so many new things, and you become kind of into this next level of your power. And that's when I really see you taking on, like a really intense leadership position for the new earth. Like, I see something about you really putting your voice out there, really like standing up for others' rights, potentially doing something that in the past would have scared you because it's really bold action, but it's like you've cleared out so much of the karma that would have generated like a negative result. I hope I can explain this, what I'm feeling. It's like when we have past life karma and stuff, maybe past life karma around leadership or putting ourselves out there, because this victory and success card is ultimately about being in the spotlight in some way, putting yourself out there. Like, yeah, like he's on top of a hill, right? And he's like got his trumpet and he's like letting the world know like this sound. That's kind of what I'm seeing for you. It's like you're going to be on a stage in some way. You're going to be like sharing your sound. It could be music, it could be your voice, it could be anything. But I just see like from past life karma, a lot of people on earth, like they have things that are fears, like they have fears within themselves around doing their divine role. But what I'm seeing is this first season with this person is all about clearing that. It's clearing that karma out so that you can come into this divine role. And I really feel that it's like you're going to become a different version of reality. You're going to become a different person, okay? I really want to, it's like the difference between when Harry he goes from being a muggle or thinking that he's a muggle to realizing that he's a wizard. It's that kind of intensity of a change, right? It's like you're literally going through a transformation, and entering into a world that you did not know even existed. Okay. That's the energy that I'm getting from this. It's a huge portal, like it can't be understated. Or it's even like now I'm coming to now it's coming to my mind like in Twilight, right? That classic kind of like transformation where Bella becomes a vampire, like, and she enters into the world of vampires, right? She's completely transformed from the human form into a new kind of more magical, supernatural kind of form where you have like superpowers in a way. It's that kind of a shift. I'm not saying you're gonna become a vampire, but I'm just saying it's like this kind of level of change, of a portal where it's like this whole world is opened up to you that you did not even realize was available to you. Like you didn't realize it even existed, and then it does. And then you enter it with your full heart because you know that it's your destiny, you know it's what you've come here to do. Yeah, and then the second season, after all that integration and education and clearing and letting go and freeing yourself and clearing of the karma, it's like you've cleared the deep-seated fears and ancestral kind of karmic conditionings that may have kept you from your divine role. And you realize, like, this is what I've come here to be. And you realize that, like, fully. And I think that you've only started to scratch the surface of your potential. And that's not saying that in a negative way, because that's actually a positive thing. Even if you're doing remarkable things in the world, I think that you're still an incredibly powerful soul, and you have even more and more to unlock within yourself and to find and to share with the world. So that's the second season that Spirit wants you to know about, where the world, the magician, and the full universe awareness, new beginnings. It's like, yeah, your awareness is going to be next level. You will be, even if you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to be a leader, it's like you will be put into a leadership position, whether you like it or not, because not many people go through this level of karmic completion and change, this level of transformation. It's like you will just have insights and wisdom to share because of the amount that you have transformed, because you have become like a different version of yourself and exist in a different version of reality. It's like you're shifting dimensions or something. This is really profound consciousness shift. And I just feel that the world will require you to share yourself in some way. Like that's part of your divine destiny. Yes, you will live a very contented life. Some of you are meant to have children with this person as well. Some of you maybe not, but you will have that contented sort of life, like the love story as well. But there's more to it than that. There's a mission. There's a call to action. There's a call to like being of service to the world and stepping into leadership and going all in. Like I just keep hearing going all in. And it's a big mission. Like it's a really big deal. And that's how it's going to feel when you're around this person. You're going to be like, whoa, my mission's like a really big deal. And I feel that this lifetime is a special one in that you're meant to completely clear karmic burden and limitation that you have come into this life with. You're meant to completely clear it. This one's a special one because you're not meant to live under this spell, under these burdens anymore. You're not meant to live under these limitations like this. You have designed your life in a way, you've been clever, and you've designed your life in a way where you're meant to completely clear that and meant to come into complete freedom. and really kind of like own your power in this life, like really step into your power in a way that I feel the past few lifetimes that I can see for you, like there's been, even though I feel like you've already done amazing things in the world, and I'm not trying to minimize that, but I do see that there's still been this limitation hanging over you. And I feel in this life with the crown chakra, this is about freedom. This is your freedom lifetime where you're meant to completely free yourself from that, whatever it takes at whatever level. And I feel you're meant to go all in and treat this like it really matters, because it does. And I think that the initiation that you have from this partnership, from this divine union, the spiritual union, it will give you the awareness and the understanding, like the belief in yourself that your life really matters and that you are worth going all in. So yeah, I see that the version of yourself that you're kind of like becoming through this partnership after the first season of change and education and initiation and integration, it's going to be a very powerful, like, thought leader, like someone who shifts the collective consciousness in a new direction and helps to usher in the unity consciousness of the new earth. Like, it's a very important role. And it's one that, again, even if you don't see yourself as a leader right now, you will by the end of it, because by the end of that initiation, because you realize, like, you know what? I have something to say that no one else is saying, and the world needs to hear what I have to say. Or I have music that no one else has, and I need to share this with the world. You know, I have codes. It's like ultimately, whatever way that it comes through you, it's like divine codes from the universe. That spirit's like, no, you need to share this, and you're going to realize that. And you are going to stick out. Like, you're going to stick out. You're going to stand out. Okay, because this is a very, like, you should be very, very grateful, I guess is the word. Like, there's a lot of humility I'm feeling now from your angels and your guides. Like, there's a gratitude from your higher self. There's like, I'm seeing you like bowing down to the angels and spirit because you're so grateful and you're realizing like, wow, I have the opportunity to free myself in this lifetime. And it took you a really long time to get to this point karmically. It took you like a really long time to get to this point where you could say like, oh, I'm actually going to free myself this time. I'm actually going to free myself this time and come into my fullest divine potential without any limitations. Whew, which is a huge deal, obviously. So yeah, no matter how long that initial season takes, it's going to be so worth it for like who you've come here to be, to fully stand in your power and to fully have freed yourself karmically. Like, you are really releasing yourself from the earth karma that keeps us like playing small and feeling stuck and feeling resistance and limitation, all these things. And you might also be, I'm hearing a message here, you're graduating from duality through this lifetime. There's something here where I feel you will find the unity within you, the unity codes within you, and you're going to anchor that so deeply that I don't know if you will need to come back to duality anymore. Okay? That's what I'm seeing. Something about this, and for some of you might resonate, it's like it's your last lifetime on Earth, although you might want to come back when the Earth is back into unity consciousness again in the future. But I don't know, this is something here. I've not really received this message before, but it's something about graduating from duality. Like, this is your lifetime where you're meant to graduate from duality. And it's like your soul won't have use for it anymore. There's a graduation energy here. Like, you're graduating from this, from the need to go through this. And I'm seeing your soul, like I keep seeing you bowing down to the angels, to the divine, with gratitude for like them guiding you and their service to you as your soul went through this. I'm seeing like weeping of gratitude and tears. And I'm seeing like a very, very beautiful completion of your life. Like, I feel that you are exiting this life in a very different way than the way you entered it. Like, you're entering it through karmic burden, and maybe your home life wasn't very happy as a child, or something was there for you that was very challenging. And then I see that's this complete like journey of where you come so much into your peace and into your like own spirit energy. And I see just this graduation energy, like this lifting up of this freedom energy where it's like you become one with source. Yeah, you really embody the unity consciousness. It's like you graduate out of duality and into unity. Wow. I did not realize your reading was going to go there, but that is so incredible. So wow, everyone. What an amazing reading. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. It really was a joy to tune in for you. And if you would like to check out my work, I did just release that Ancestral Karma Clearing light language tape. I really feel like it would serve you. I'm working with the subconscious mind, listening to it while you sleep, really serve you because you're on a really important mission in this lifetime. And yeah, check it out if you'd like to. All the links are in the description. I'm just sending you so much love and light for your path. Take care. Hello, group two. So, what is the key to becoming who you're meant to be? You chose rest and rejuvenate, the Four of Swords. And then this card actually was like this bonus card that came out for you, which is the Four of Wands, foundation and achievements. So, two fours, which is really interesting. And makes me really think of the fourth house in astrology, which is like our inner world. I feel like your your key to unlocking who you've always meant to be, who you're meant to be in this lifetime, is going to be a lot from like doing inner shifts. And I guess this is kind of true for everything in life. Like we always have an inner shift and then that changes our reality around us. Like it's always an inside thing first and then it changes things externally. Or like we have a shift inside of us and then we realize like, oh, I should be taking action this way or I should be implementing this or, so it's like it impacts our external and how we take action, how we move forwards and what we even perceive as being available to us. So I feel like throughout your life, you're going to have these big shifts inside of yourself where you realize like, oh, this thing, I wasn't seeing it properly. Like I'm seeing something a lot about perception here, but it comes from the inside. Like it comes from looking within and realizing like, wow, I was being held back by this, or I was being held back by this, or I wasn't seeing this truth about myself. Yeah, there's a huge thing here about perception and your intuition and kind of like intuiting your way through life. I feel like your psychic abilities is a huge part of your lifetime, like your intuition, your psychic downloads, the way that you have a lot of psychic gifts. Some of you realize that and they're in touch with them, but a lot of you actually aren't fully in touch with like just the depths of how psychic you are. And it's something here as well about perception. Like I feel like a lot of you key to unlocking your true self is around perception. Like there's something where I don't know if you perceive yourself fully clearly because I'm seeing like this home life depicted here in the Four of Wands, and I feel like there's something. See how everyone's turned their back? They're all turned their back against like away. They turn their back on the viewer, and I kind of feel there's something here about your family of origin like weren't able to truly perceive you for who you are, and their perception of you was distorted through their own lens. Um, and that really impacted like your self-image and the way that you see yourself. And I feel like it impacts you more than you realize. Some of you might have had insights about this, some of you might not have, but I feel that you're meant to have a complete renewal in your self-image and your self-perception and how you see yourself and how you see what you're capable of. Because I feel that it's super clouded by the way that your family of origin perceived you and how they perceived you through their own lens. And their own lens was biased. Like if you could see yourself through Spirit's eyes, through the eyes of God, it would clear up all these misconceptions you have or any kind of like shame or guilt or baggage that you might hold emotionally. Okay, and that's kind of the energy I feel for your like path. You're meant to do a lot of healing work emotionally and around perception, like clearing the perception that was sort of like placed onto you externally. And I feel like this may have been repeated in other relationships or in the world at large in some way, where it's like I feel that there's something here about around really truly being seen by the world. That's part of your divine destiny. You're meant to really truly see yourself initially, and then the world around you will see you. I also am getting with the Four of Swords being your main card, the rest and rejuvenate here. A lot of your life path will happen through like just chilling out. Okay, this is the message I'm getting. It's like you're meant to do a lot of just chilling out and just like meditating and like going into nature and just being and resting and meditating. Did I say meditate? And just doing activities that bring you closer to yourself, that bring you closer to your true self, your divine self, like any kind of like activities that turn you inwards, like journaling or therapy or things that are very gentle and like kind of slow paced. Like I'm just seeing that you're meant to maybe have more of a slow paced life, or a period of your life that you're in right now is you're meant to do a lot more resting. Like I'm not saying you will have to do this forever, but some of you might just have chosen that energetically as a soul. You're like, you know what, I want to have a real chill life in terms of like, I don't know how to really articulate it. So something about the restfulness, it's like a very divine feminine energy, and it's about turning inwards and having things also happen for you quite easily. I feel like you have this you have this coded into you where things are meant to happen for you quite easily. Not after like a huge amount of effort necessarily, although maybe in certain areas it might feel like a lot of effort, but I think that really the work is clearing the blocks to your true self. And your true self is like a master manifester where you can manifest things without lifting a finger. Like you can literally manifest things without leaving your house, without leaving your bed, without doing pretty much anything. And that's what I'm trying to articulate when I say a chill lifetime, okay? It's like, fill your life with whatever makes you happy. Fill your life with whatever you want to do, if that's busy or slow or whatever it might be. But there's supposed to be some level of chill, some level of like, I'm just here to chill, to rest, to rejuvenate, to like be with myself, to turn inwards, to do this inner work. Okay. And at least for a period of time. Okay. Some of you might be like, yes, sounds amazing. Give it to me for the rest of my life. But some of you might be like, that sounds like, I don't know if I want that forever. So it might be a bit boring or something. Whatever floats your boat. Okay. But for wherever you stand on that, it's at least for a period of time. You're meant to, this period you're in right now, you're meant to prioritize rest, okay? Prioritize your rest and your rejuvenation and going inwards, turning inwards, whatever brings you in, whatever turns you in. Like maybe there's someone in your life who, whenever you speak with them, you feel really seen, and it really turns you inwards. Like it really helps you to understand your inner world. Or if you do journaling, or if you do music creation or art of some kind, and you see your inner world, depicted in the canvas. Or you just start free writing, journaling, and you see your inner world depicted in the words or your poetry or whatever it might be for you. There's something really here about making your inner world like known to you. It's meant to be known to you, and you're meant to have a really strong relationship with yourself and like really see yourself, really know thyself at the deepest levels, because the more that you do that, the more it will naturally and organically heal the trauma of not really truly being seen. I feel there's some wounding here around, see how they have their backs turned. It's like there's some wounding here around like not really having been seen in your family of origin, and having like people maybe turn their backs on you, or that's how it feels or something like this, or you feel like the world maybe has turned their back on you and you maybe feel like you don't fit in or something like this. There's some wound here that you're here to heal, and it's healed through the inside. It's healed through seeing yourself. There's even a message coming through, like, take everything as it resonates, everyone, okay? It's just a disclaimer, but there's a message coming here for some of you of like, don't try to have relationship if it's not working. Like, I don't know how to articulate it. Something like Spirit saying clear the internal terrain first so that you can receive the level of relationship that you are desiring. Some of you may have been having like a repeat of relationships that haven't been working out. It may have been like time and time again, it just wasn't really working for you, or you kept on having like friendships betray you, or, love relationships not work out, or some pattern where it's like it keeps on happening. Maybe you kept on being cheated on, or it kept on, I don't know, you kept on dating the wrong person or something like this, where I'm just seeing this energetic loop where it like just kept on replaying in your life, and you might have felt really confused and kind of like burnt out by it. It's like really burning you out relationally. You're like, how am I supposed to like have relationships if this is what keeps manifesting? And I just see for right now, like this won't be forever, but just for right now, like let it go, and don't try to initiate new relationships for a little bit. Just work internally to release things, to release whatever it is that's creating it. And I'll give you a clue about what it is, because I'm seeing your parents, and the way that they view you, the way that they've seen you is distorted. Like they see you, like they don't see the true inherent wisdom of your soul. They just can't see that for whatever reason, for better or for worse, like for whatever their motives are, like I don't really know, and it's not really relevant. They are biased though, okay? Their lens is biased, their lens is colored. They can't quite see you for who you truly are. Like, for example, I'm just going to try and give an example to like flesh this out. But once again, take what resonates. Don't take it too personally or anything. Just use it as an example. It's sort of like, say you're in a period where you really need to rest, and this is what's being divinely sanctioned from your guides, from the angels, from the Most High. It's like, yes, you need to rest right now. You need to turn inwards. You need to do your inner work. And then maybe your parents are like, oh, wow, you're really lazy. Kind of like misperceiving it in a negative way. They're like, wow, you're really lazy. You're not really very motivated, or you're not ambitious enough. There's sort of this heavy judgment I'm feeling. Okay. And I feel that you are very like different and unique, and that your life path may not be very much understood by people who are more following a normal or mainstream life path, that might be something that isn't very much understood by them, um, by the normies, you know? It might just be like, "Well, I don't really get it. What are you doing though? Like, what are you doing?" You know, I'm hearing that kind of judgment in the voice, that judgment in the perception, that judgment in the tone. And spirit and your spirit guides, like, they just want you to separate out from that perception of you so that you can see yourself for who you truly are and the integrity that you are walking with. Like, you are in your integrity, you are following your wisdom, you're doing what you have come here to do. Especially this period in your life, it's really important that you are turning inwards, because this is what's unlocking your greatest potential. This is what's unlocking you really stepping into your power and doing what you've come here to do. But there's some kind of clearing here I'm seeing. It could be mother, it could be father, it could be both. It could be siblings, it could be like school, you didn't fit into institutions, whatever it might be. I'm seeing some kind of a pattern where it's like you are somehow separate because you're different, or they haven't seen you for like the power that you have inside. Or it could have repeated through love relationships where you don't feel fully seen for who you really are. Um Yeah, there's something here around like consciousness levels as well, where, you know, people who are in a different consciousness, they just can't necessarily perceive like spiritual consciousness as being very real. A lot of people think spirituality is like fake somehow, or like it's a hoax, which is so funny. But so a lot of people think that it's like it's not real, like psychic phenomenon isn't real, or these things never happen. Like that's what I'm trying to say about like there's just different like consciousness, and for that person that is what is real to them, that is their reality, but that does not mean that they are seeing objectively what is true. Okay, and spirit sees what is objectively true. And I feel like sometimes your perception of yourself gets distorted by these other people's consciousness, these other people's perception of you, where they're like, "Oh, spirituality isn't real," or "You're lazy because you're resting or healing," whatever. And that's like that's not objectively true. That's not objective truth. That's their subjective version of events biased by their own lens. And it's not helpful, and it's not true, it's harmful. So it's like spirit's asking you not to take that on, but to also recognize like the root of that, which comes from family of origin wounding, okay? Where you weren't truly seen for the person that you are, and for the soul that you are, and for who you have come here to be in this unique lifetime, and what you're here to do with your precious life in this unique lifetime. And it could be judgment, you know, about following your own path. Like, I had a lot of judgment from my family around the fact that I didn't complete university. I never completed I never completed university because it wasn't for me. It wasn't my path. Like, I did well in school. I was very intelligent. I was very bright. And that made them even more disappointed because they were like, "But you're so smart. You could do this." And I was like, "Yeah, but it's not for me. I tried it and it just wasn't for me." And my life, you know, took me in a very different direction. And so, like, I've had to do a lot of work to, like, decode those layers of their disappointment and their shame of, like, the path that I've chosen in life and how it's very, very different. So I feel that there's, like, layers here for you around this. And it might be something like, for me, like, it only actually became really clear for me over a long period of time. Like, I realized how much my parents' perception of me has impacted me. And I had a series of like really healing dreams where it was like shown to me. It's like their higher self like showed me, or my spirit guides. I don't know. It was like a lot of different things came together in these healing dreams. And I've been like slowly released from some of that karma. So I'm talking about this like we don't necessarily even realize how much perception shifts our own reality, like how much our parents' perception of us can change us. It can change like how we see ourselves, how we see our value, how we see our worth, and things like this. So everyone's like journey is their own, but I just feel that spirit's sort of hinting here that there's a lot more to uncover to do with that than you might realize. Okay. And I'm not talking about like what might be the surface level thing of like, you know, oh, everyone's polite at a family gathering. And they're like, sure, I'm proud of you, son, or whatever. I'm talking about like the deepest layer of like, what do they actually think psychically? And how does that imprint onto you as a child, as a teenager, as an adult? How does that shift and change you? And how does it keep patterns like playing out? Because this stuff is not usually overtly said. Okay. Sometimes it is, depends on the family like dynamics. But these kinds of perceptions are not always overt. Let's just say that. They're often like really subliminal, you know? It's like subliminal messaging of like, you don't fit in. I'm ashamed of you. that kind of thing. But that stuff is what we take in as children, and it, it shapes us. So, yeah. Let's get to use some more cards. Spirit, what do you want this person to know? What do you want this person to know? Yeah, we got karma, balance, justice. Ooh, yeah, you're really coming into balance. This is hugely important. It's like freeing yourself from the perception of others. Like, I'm just keeping on getting that same image. Yeah, look, we have the devil, temptation. It's really impacted you, I think, more than maybe you realize. Like I was saying, I didn't realize this stuff until I went on my own journey, like with healing. It took me a long time to understand. It's a really private thing. Like, I don't even know how much I want to go into it right now, but I'll just say it took me a long time. So don't be surprised if, like, you've never really thought of it that way. If you never really thought, like, oh, I didn't realize that, like, my parents' perception of me would shift my own reality. But it does, until we free ourselves from it, until we clear it. It really, really does. So yeah, there's like some kind of karma with the Justice card that you're here to clear in this lifetime. We also have Shadow in the back of the deck. I'm going to pull that. It's like a shadow that's with you from childhood, okay? That you're meant to clear yourself from. You're meant to free yourself from. You're meant to clear it through justice. You're meant to clear it up and clear up your life so that you can really, I feel, have a very happy home life. I feel like part of your justice and part of your future is like creating your own home life that's very, very happy. Some of you might already be doing that, which is amazing. But I just see, like, there's something about you creating your own sort of like world where you fit in and you're valued and you make sense to yourself and to others around you, instead of feeling like, oh, I don't make sense, or always coming into, like, I'm seeing something about relationships being really, really important for you in this lifetime. Something about relationships being a huge part of your soul's intention, your soul's mission is to, like, come into harmony within relationships, to have relationships actually work out for you instead of harm you. And with the devil and the justice card, I feel like that and the shadow card, I feel like relationships historically have caused some form of trauma for you, and you are meant to actually free yourself from that and clear that karma so that you can come into relationships that really nourish you and, like, warm your soul. For some of you, this could be about soul family, meeting soul family. This could be about divine union, spiritual union coming in, or creating a family of your own. For some of you, like, having your own children could be really important to your, like, future self, to your life's mission. But there's something here around. That's why Spirit was saying at the, like, before in your reading, like, maybe needing to put down the search for a little bit of time. Like, it's not forever, but it's just realizing that until this stuff that's, like, blocking your true relationships from coming in, until that karma, I just want to call it karma, I don't even know what else to call it, like resistance, limiting beliefs, like perception, not seeing yourself for who you truly are, until all of that stuff has started to clear. It doesn't even have to be fully cleared, but it has to be at least starting to clear in the right direction. Like, until that happens, I just feel like the same cycles will repeat relationally. And Spirit's kind of saying to let go of the search or something like this and focus inwards on your own healing and recognize that this stuff can shift. We can have massive shifts. Sometimes it comes through our dreams, like I was saying before. Sometimes it comes through actual trauma release, or it comes through therapy, or it comes through journaling, it comes through our art. It comes through in so many different ways. And then boom, like, you're going to have people pop up in your reality where you play out a very different story with them, where they see you in a way that you've never been seen before, where you have a very nourishing relationship. I feel like for some of you, this is whatever comes to mind when I say a happy home life. Like, for some of you, you might already have a family, so then it would be about really meeting, like, soul family, or having some level of happiness, like, coming into yourself just from your inner world. But for some of you, I feel this search. I feel like a searching energy in you, where you're, like, searching for someone, or you're searching for a sense of, like, completion within relationships. And so Spirit's kind of saying to let go a little bit of that search and recognize that it will come in divine timing when these blocks have been cleared. Because relationship stuff, like, it's very insidious, the way that it keeps on playing out and repeating and repeating. And I feel that for this group in particular, like, you've had some kind of karmic repetition that's just kept happening, playing out, whether in friendship, family, or in romantic relationships. And I think it's really like beaten you down and created like maybe a sense of like, wow, am I ever going to have what I want? Am I ever going to have like the kind of relationships I really want? And Spirit's saying like, yes, you will. But there is sort of like a message here around releasing the need for it or something. And you can't really release the need for it. Like, we're human beings. We need relationship. But there's something here about like just putting it down, not letting it go completely, just putting it down just for a while. And maybe it's just for a day or an hour, or if you can muster a little bit longer, but it's like something about that is going to help you turn inwards more. Because like when you're searching for a relationship outside, it's like you're searching outside and you're like, I want this, I want this, I want to meet this person, I want to meet soul family, I want to have friends, I want to, get on with life in this way, which is totally understandable. But Spirit's saying like the focus needs to be inwards. You need to look inwards to clear whatever is blocking you from having what it is that you desire, because it's totally within your destiny to have this happy home, to have the happy ending, the happily ever after. Like, you have really actually good karma in terms of relationship. I know that might be surprising to you, but I'm seeing your lifetime, like your soul's intention for your lifetime is largely to do with relationships. So you will have that happily ever after. You will have that feeling of being surrounded by soul family, of having, having the divine union that you desire, whatever it might look like for you, having the children that you want, whatever it might look like for you. I'm seeing like that is totally part of your soul's mission, a part of your destiny. So just in this little period of your life that you're in right now, in the grand scheme of things, it's quite little. Focus on your rest, focus on rejuvenation, and focus your energy inwards towards the self, towards your own healing. So the key to unlocking the future timeline that has everything that you desire is about turning inwards, okay? It's about surrendering to this current phase that you're in, where there might be a need for more rest, for more inwards of focus, and to really surrender to that inwards journey and to developing a relationship with yourself and reclaiming your own power that's already existing within you. Letting go of external validation, of seeking the approval of parents or other people, seeking the approval of the world in general, and coming into a relationship with yourself where you really approve of yourself, where you really love yourself. Let's get one more card here. Truth. Judgment. Yeah. That's saying you really have the ability to manifest what it is that you desire. You really have the ability to make manifest like all it is that you would like to have happen. That's a message from your future self. It's like you have the key within you. It's already inside of you. So that's like whatever practices that bring you back in towards yourself, whatever practices bring you towards the truth of who you are, like that make you feel seen, that make you feel whole. I'm getting like a lot of energy here of like not being seen, like the devil. I mean, it's not really being seen by the devil. There's like this two-faced thing here. Then the justice angel has their eyes closed. Foundations and achievement have their backs turned. The rest and rejuvenate has his head turned down and his eyes closed. The shadow card's looking sideways and the truth card's looking with the back turned as well. So there's something here around like your mission, like your soul's purpose is around being seen, is around seeing yourself first, and then the whole world around you will see you. Especially if you have felt some kind of wounding around not being seen, not being chosen, something around relationships not working out in some way, or having some kind of family of origin mismatch energetically, of different consciousness, different soul parts, like being the odd one out in some way, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to pull a card from this deck now. It is the Archangel Raphael Healing Oracle cards by Doreen. Keep in mind, I always put all my decks in the description box below, so you can check them out if you're interested. We have organic foods. This one's cool. This deck's really interesting. Organic foods. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for supporting my desire to consume and use organic products. Interesting. We also have stay positive here. Dear Archangel Raphael, thank you for helping me be optimistic and take the appropriate action steps to support my health. And then we have meditation. Yes, exactly. Dear Archangel Raphael, please meditate with me and guide my mind and body to focus upon peace, health, and wellness. And then we also have sobriety. Dear God and Archangel Raphael, thank you for adjusting my cravings in healthful directions so that I only desire life-affirming foods and beverages. Okay, So I feel like organic foods coming out, I mean, sure, organic foods is amazing. If you can, in whatever way, like eat more organic foods or, use more organic products. I mean, yes, eliminating chemicals is a really great, um, thing if it's available to you, or even just setting the intention. I remember when I found out about organic, I was like really young. I was like 21 or something. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to be able to afford this, because I was really broke. So I just set the intention. I was like, Spirit, I want to be able to afford this. And like over time, I slowly moved like all of my makeup and all of my, self-care products and all of my, choices towards organic. And it happened over many years. So it's like, it doesn't have to be overnight. You don't have to be perfect overnight, but just like making those changes, I feel like could really help you. Sobriety, interesting. I mean, take it how you want it to. It's your own path, it's your own choice. But yeah, stay positive in meditation. I really feel like Spirit's really asking you to stay positive right now and to turn inwards. Like, you have so much available inside of you. I feel like there's something about this where it's like you don't really realize how much you have inside of you, like sorry, I just got distracted. Yeah, sobriety, I feel like, is sobriety from the karmic cycles that have been keeping you feeling trapped within relationship in particular. And then we have guarded and protected. This is a new deck. This one is the Archangel Michael cards. Thank you for protecting my loved ones and me, ensuring that we're safe and that all our needs are met. I now accept your help gratefully and gracefully, knowing that it's right for me and all others to accept heavenly assistance. See, you are really, really supported. I feel like that's what Spirit wants you to know, to like kind of to leave this reading knowing like you are supported. You have everything you need already inside of you. You can be sober in terms of free. Like, I feel like sobriety is a form of freedom, when you aren't attached to anymore to addictions or to things that are like pulling on your life force, right? And I feel like there's a message here around stay positive. Like, you are able to free yourself from the limitations that might make you feel like, the devil, right? Where you're not free in some way. It's part of your life purpose to guard and protect yourself from relationships that aren't in alignment for you. And the way to do that, the key to unlocking this harmonious timeline where you can live happily ever after in a harmonious kind of relationship, or many relationships like soul family, is to stay positive, but also to meditate, to turn inwards. Meditation is when we turn inwards, we close our eyes, we look inside of ourselves. And that's the energy I'm getting here. It's like, in order for you to really become who you've come here to be, to unlock this future timeline, you need to turn inwards and eat organic foods. I mean, as much as possible, right? To focus on like protecting yourself from toxins and chemicals, protecting yourself from things that drain your life force, that lower your frequency, whether that's people, places, foods, beverages, whatever. Okay, so let's get one more from this deck. Oh, there you go. Shield yourself. Wow. Archangel Michael, I ask you to protect me, my loved ones, my vehicle, and my home with your powerful shield. Surround us in your purple light, which allows only pure love to penetrate. Please stay with me day and night and keep my loved ones safe. Sending that prayer to you. So yeah, there's a message here of like, you really need to shield yourself, to guard and protect yourself in what you can do. And that's like kind of like what I was saying about shielding yourself from other people's perception of you. Like I was saying about my own journey with recognizing like the way that my parents haven't really seen me for who I truly am. It's like ultimately I have to release, like my journey has been to release the shame that they've placed onto me so that I can become who I've come here to be, right? And I feel there's a similar message here for you because that's what Spirit used as an example, my own story. So there's something here about guarding and protecting yourself, shielding yourself from the perceptions of others, from the energies, relationship entanglements that make you not feel free, that feel like it takes away your power, and come back home to yourself. Like, you really need to guard and protect yourself, to shield yourself from negative, toxic people in particular. I feel relationships is number one here. Like, your life path is totally about relationships. And also, you've experienced you're going to experience both sides of duality within the relationships in your lifetime, the negative and the positive, okay? So just know that you have the positive still to come in if it hasn't already. That's still coming in, but your job right now is to guard and protect yourself, to shield yourself from the people, places, and things that drain your life force, that don't see you for the beautiful soul that you really are and for the precious person that you really are. Okay, that's really all we have time for. But if you would like to check out more of my work, I did just release the Ancestral Karmic Clearer light language sleep tape, which I feel would totally benefit you with all of the stuff that you're working through and how I kind of brought up family of origin like a lot of times. That is some like heavy ancestral karma that you may be walking through in this life and clearing for yourself and your bloodline. So yeah, if you would like to check it out or check out any of my work, all the links are in the description box below. I'm sending you so much love and light on your path. Take care. Hello, group 3. So you chose card number 3, which is fertility or the Empress in the Major Arcana. Wow. So the key to becoming who you're meant to be is fertility for you. I feel like you're an incredible manifester. You have incredible creative powers and you have so much potential. Like you might actually have so much potential that it might be overwhelming to you because you're like, whoa, I have like so much potential. As in you could go in so many different directions. Like you have a lot of abundance in your energy field. You have a lot of like creative talents. Like you might be multi-talented and you might almost feel like, how am I supposed to like get all of this out there into the world or something like this? I just feel like you're very, very abundant and you're meant to live in abundance. Like you are very much meant to be incredibly abundant. I'm going to get you some more cards. Spirit, what would you like this person to know? Moving on, the Six of Swords. Okay, so there's something here around discernment. You might need to be quite discerning about who you spend your time with because I'm just seeing something about your energy multiplying. Like you multiply energy around you. Look at that. Yeah, you're really, really powerful. Like you are powerful. Oh, we have the sacral chakra as well in the back of the deck. Oh my God, that makes so much sense because the fertility is really the sacral chakra energy. Okay, I'm going to get you one more card, okay? All right, this card flew out. Wow. We have literally the third eye. Third eye chakra. Okay, so look, 6-6, that's what I was feeling. And then 8-2, this is also what I was feeling here. So you're a really powerful manifester. Like I think you are probably you have more power than you realize. You are more powerful than you have come to fully realize or embody yet. It's like realize like mentally, like cognitively, but it's also realize as in embody. Like you realize your power through embodying it. Do you know what I mean? So it's like there's a lot more to come for you, okay? Spirit wants you to know that. And like your future self, your future timeline. I feel that you are much more in your power and embodying your power. I feel that the key to unlocking this is about moving on from things that are really not serving your life force or serving your energy. And with the third eye chakra, this is about perceiving with clarity and with discernment like what is actually healthy for you and what is not, okay? Perceiving with discernment, like having discernment. The third eye energy here is giving me discernment. It's like spirit saying the key for you that will unlock this new timeline, this future self, your fullest potential is around discerning what is healthy for you and what is not. This could be people and relationships, number one, right? Because those are really important in the way they impact us. But this can also equally be about things that we engage with every day, like food, right? Is this food healthy for me or is it not? Is it serving me or is it not? Because what I'm feeling for you is that you have a very, very, very sensitive energy field so that anything that comes into contact with you is like multiplied. Okay, you have really an incredible gift, but I feel that you have come into this lifetime a little bit blind, as in not quite knowing the gift that you have. It's kind of like how you can have a sword, but it's like, do you know how to use your sword? Do you know how to wield it? Do you know how to use it in a fight or to defend yourself or to do things with it? That's sort of the energy I'm getting. It's like I feel that right now you're in a period where it's like you're learning how to use your gifts or you're learning how to like fully share your gifts with the world. Like how do I fully share it like completely? Because you've been given like I'm seeing part of the way that your energy is structured is that you're kind of like Jupiter, like you're like a planet. You have the energy swing of a planet. Like it's planetary. It feels really huge. But Jupiter comes in and it brings great blessings and great abundance and it brings it really fast. And that's kind of the energy that you have. But I also like to think of Jupiter as sort of like a magnifying glass. Like anything that's under its gaze will be magnified. It will grow bigger. And sometimes we don't want things to get bigger, right? Sometimes we don't we don't really want things to get magnified. So I feel like for your energy, there are things like when you are around something or someone, it's almost like the impact that it has on you just multiplies. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Like anything that you're around, it gets kind of like swept into your orbit. Like you have like a planetary energy, okay? This is how I'm seeing your energy. Spirit showing me is like you're like a planet and things come around, they want to like orbit around you. You know how like planets have like moons and they're like bodies like of like space rocks and stuff that get like kind of caught in the orbit and they just like start circling around you. Okay, so you've got a lot of magnetic energy. Like you have incredible magnetism, but I also feel like you have to be discerning, right? It's making me think about, and okay, this is just like an example, okay? It's making me think about the singer Selena, you know, she was like this incredible kind of like pop star that like rose to fame like a little while ago. And then she actually ended up being like murdered by her assistant. She had like an assistant who became like obsessed with her and like ended up shooting her. I know it's really sad, sending love and light to Selena. But anyway, basically what I'm trying to say is like she had this like magnetic energy that she was just like risen to like the heights of fame. Everyone loved her. She was so adored. She was so famous. She was just fabulous and talented at all these things. And she also had people kind of becoming like, you know, her assistant became like really obsessed and it got like really distorted and it got really, really nasty, right? And it ended in her demise. That's the kind of energy that I'm picking up, not trying to scare or anything, but I'm just feeling this energy around discernment. It's like you need to trust your intuition more around people or around things that aren't healthy for you. Because I'm just seeing that like the way that it kind of like can build and build and build and get bigger and bigger and bigger. Just like fertility, something can grow and grow and grow until it's sort of like seen by you, until you kind of like take notice of it. And then you're like, okay, yeah, I should probably do something about this. And Spirit's sort of saying to like not let something get so big and big and big that it kind of like takes you out. Spirit's saying like you need to take it out first. Okay, I did not know this reading was going to go in this direction, but here we are. It's like you have the sacral chakra, you have the fertility card, you have the power card. Like things grow around you. It's going to keep growing and getting bigger and bigger. And Spirit's saying you have to like prune things back. You have to weed the garden. You have to realize like, you know what? I need to do something about this before it impacts me in a really negative way. You know? So it's sort of like cutting someone off when you first start getting those feelings in your gut of like, you know, this is off, or this person's a bit obsessed, or this doesn't really sit right with me. It's like, do something then. Do something about it then. Use your discernment. Use your intuition. This beautiful gift that God has given you, your intuition. Use it then and there and be like, okay, I'm enough. I'm cutting this off. I'm pulling the weeds out. I'm making space in my life for healthy things to grow. Because I just feel like you have this energy that you pull things in to your orbit, okay? You pull all kinds of things into your orbit. And I just feel like there's almost like a responsibility or something when you have this big of energy. Like you have incredible energy. You have like pop star energy. Like you could easily be a celebrity or something like this. Some of you might already be, you know, musicians or like on the stage in some way doing something out there in the world, because you just have this natural energy that people are attracted to, that people are drawn to. You have a light in the world that people want some of. But we are in duality, right? We are not in beautiful unity consciousness right now. We are in duality consciousness, which means that there is both good and evil in the ways that things manifest. And I think that you draw to yourself just as much good as you can, you know, darkness, like people who might not have your best interests at heart. And I just feel that there's kind of this very feminine, loving energy that you have, regardless of gender. You have this very feminine energy where you kind of just like want to pull everyone into an embrace. You want to pull everyone into love. You're like, yeah, I love you. I love you. And you kind of like are really good at being around different people's energy. I'm kind of getting your soul, your innate soul's energy is actually quite social. Okay. It's actually quite open to the world. And I think that, you know, you might need a lot of alone time or you might be an introvert, whatever, but just your innate soul's energy, it's like you have this social kind of energy where it's like, what you can talk to a lot of people, you can get along with a lot of different people, you can like kind of pull people in from different walks of life, from different places, and they can like resonate with you or resonate with your art or like want to hear what you have to say or something like this. But there's something here around boundaries. It's like but it's more than boundaries. It's also like the following up of those boundaries, because you might move on from something, but then like kind of let it back in later. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like this Six of Swords is about moving on with finality, moving on and being like, you know what, I see this for what it is, and I don't need to say yes to this, or I don't need to go back to this. Yeah, but there's a message here around discerning of what is healthy for you, of what is actually healthy and what is not healthy. And sometimes like we don't even realize, you know, Okay, so this might sound really, really bizarre, but it's for some reason I'm getting the image of, like, on my 600-pound life, or like shows such as that, but I'm just thinking about my 600-pound life because I feel like it's actually like it kind of teaches us a really interesting like message around humanity and like what humans go through. So 600-pound life, if those of you don't know, it's like about individuals in the US who have like, who weigh like around 600 pounds or whatever, and they're struggling with food addiction or, like destructive eating patterns. And if you hear like a lot of the time in that show, like they go through these like kind of cycles of denial where it's like sometimes they come into clarity, right? Their third eye, they come into clarity and they're like, oh, I realize that I have this addiction and it's killing me and I need to stop it because I want to live, or I want to live for my family and my children, whatever. But then they also go through other cycles where it becomes really hard and they might start making up justifications. They might start making up excuses of like, yeah, well, maybe I can just eat this thing, or maybe it's okay for me to just order this thing, or I deserve it. Or they come up with all these different reasons why they should feed their addiction, why they should keep on that path that's destroying them. And it's really interesting to see because the discernment sometimes, is the thing that they most need, like how to discern what is healthy and what is not healthy, and knowing the difference between the two and having the strength to act upon that. And I think that the reason I'm bringing this up is because when I've seen that show, it was brought into my awareness a few years ago. Sometimes like I have seen it and it will speak to me at a human level, and I'd be like, you know what, we can all learn from this. We can all, instead of seeing it as like, oh, I'm not like that at all, I have nothing to do with this person, it's like, actually we are all one. We all have a version of this playing out in our own life in some way. It might be smaller than that, right? It might not be manifesting as 600 pounds on our body, but it's manifesting in some way where we are not seeing the truth of a situation, or we are lying to ourselves, or we are justifying a behavior that's actually not right for us, or we're not taking action and taking back our power in a way that we can. So that's the kind of energy that I'm seeing here is the key for you to unlocking this future path, this future timeline, this one where you are fully embodied, where you're fully living out your potential. Honestly, group 3, you're already there. Like, you're amazing. Spirit wants you to know, like, you just have this energy, I have to say, like, you're like just moving towards your future timeline. You're just doing it. Like, it's happening anyway. Like, I don't feel like a lot of blocks in your energy field. But I do feel this message of discernment is super important for you. Like, you have the energy where people could become really obsessed with you in a dangerous way, okay? You have that kind of energy. Like I was saying, the example of Selena, it's like, I feel like it's more that you are successful or you will be successful inevitably. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when, but it's also a question of you need to protect yourself for when you get there, because I just feel like you have this energy where it's like people flock to you, like people want to come into your orbit and they're like, yeah, I'm just going to hang around you for a while. You like have this gravitational pull of like a planet. Okay, you have the influence of Jupiter on your side. This is huge. You have the ability to manifest a huge amount of abundance. Did I already say that? I think I might have mentioned that, but I need to say this like to really drill in the point. Like, you have the ability to manifest so much abundance. Like, yeah, if you wanted to, if you desire to, if it's in your path, you could be a celebrity easily. You have that kind of energy, 100%. You have that kind of thing where people they want to look at you. They want to know about you. They want to study your art. They want to look, they want to receive what it is you have to say. Yeah, you have a lot of power. I feel like a lot of your power, though, is meant to be sort of experienced by you through the feminine, as in you're meant to be very powerful in a very magnetic way. Like, you pull things to you. Okay, blessings might seem to come out of nowhere. People might look at you and be like, wow, you're just so lucky. And I don't think you are lucky necessarily. I think you're aligned. I think you're aligned. You're not lucky, you're aligned. It's that kind of energy. But yeah, certainly people might think that you're lucky because you operate a lot through the feminine, through thing kind of just happening for you. And that's part of your destiny, is that you're meant to have quite a few sequence of events where things seem to just unfold and unravel for you. Like, you have a massive break, or you meet the right person at the right time because you're in the right place and they offer you this amazing contract, or, you get like scouted and for talent, or you go viral on social media, something like this, where it's like, oh, this just happened to happen to you. But it was totally like planned in your destiny, and you were energetically aligned to it, and like every cell in your body. And that took a certain amount of work. But yeah, I do think there's supposed to be an effortlessness to the especially to the way that you receive abundance. Like, I think you're going to have abundance coming to your life quite rapidly. You might already be experiencing abundance, but I'm seeing like you're meant to go into like a really, really high level of abundance like quite rapidly, or you're meant to be like kind of pushed into the public eye really quickly and kind of rise to fame quite quickly. I'm seeing something about the quickness of your blessings. Your blessings are meant to happen fast and kind of all at once. So the message here for you is that success is really inevitable. Abundance is your birthright. Like, you will be very, very abundant, very, very successful in this lifetime. Like, that is guaranteed. It just is. It's an inevitability. Like, I feel like any tarot reader, if they looked at your energy field, they would tell you this. They would be like, yeah, you're going to be very successful. Like, it's just written in the stars. It's written in your DNA. I just heard it's written. It's already written. It's already been written. So maybe some of you needed to hear that today. But I do feel that there's a message of guidance coming through from the divine around how successful that you are meant to be, how abundant you are meant to be, how big your energy is meant to be. Like, for some of you in watching this reading, you will actually be like very, 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 very much like a celebrity kind of energy. You're meant to have that kind of energy. And some of you might already know that. But yeah. But there's something here around third eye, okay? There's something here around third eye and recognizing what is healthy from what is not, discerning what is healthy from what is not. This could be personal life, like food, or something as basic as food, or, substances or whatever, and how they might lower your vibration or something like this. But this could also equally be around people, because I feel that a strong message coming through around people here, because I feel this message around you have the ability for people to be very obsessed with you. And it's part of your light in the world. Like, it's part of your magnetism, right? Is that a lot of people are drawn to you. And because we're in duality, it's like people are drawn to you for positive reasons, and also kind of drawn to you in a negative way, as in a bit of a destructive way, where they become obsessed and they become almost like stalkerish kind of energy. You just have that kind of energy field, and you can protect yourself from it. Like, you don't have to feel afraid of this, because you have this gift that's been given to you from God, which is your intuition. So you can understand, like, okay, this person isn't good. Because I'm getting it's sort of like in duality, when you shine as brightly as you do, because you are a bright light, you have like the planet, you have an orbit field of like a planet. You have the gravitational pull of a planet. Okay, this is huge. You got big deal energy. So it's like, because of that, I see that both the light and the darkness is drawn to you, okay? Like, people who are of the light are drawn to you, and they are inspired and they love you and whatever. But also people who are of the darkness are kind of drawn to you, and they want to kind of possess your light for themselves, or they want to like take your light for themselves in some way and like keep it for themselves. There's something here around like possession, kind of possessiveness as well. So I'm just seeing that you have the ability to read red flags. Like, you are meant to be really empowered in your intuition and knowing like that you can trust your third eye. You can trust that and your sacral chakra, which is also intuitive because it's emotions. Like, it's sort of like you're feeling about a situation, or you're feeling about a person. I'm just getting that something about your psychic abilities are really meant to like help you in this lifetime to have a really safe experience of being this magnetic and this big. Like, I didn't mean to scare you or anything by bringing up the Selena example, but it's just that you have that kind of archetypal energy, but I don't see that you're meant to experience it in such a dramatic kind of way, such a dramatic kind of manifestation. But there is something here around discernment and around boundaries, because it's not so much like what is your key to success, it's more like you're going to be successful anyway. You're going to become the person you've come here to be anyway. You're going to be all that you're meant to be and reach all of your potential anyway. But boundaries and discernment are your friend. Listening to your intuition is really, really integral for you. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So let's see. Spirit, what else do you want them to know? Which deck are we going to use? We're going to use the same deck, I think. Yeah, the Ace of Fire, passion ignited. This is what I mean. Like, people get passionate about you. It's just how it's meant to be. It's just how it's meant to be, right? You just have that kind of energy. The Nine of Pentacles, material harvest. Yeah, you're definitely meant to be very well like abundant, very rich, very well off kind of thing. We have the Death card with transformation. Let's get a couple more. Yeah, we have the Sun card. That's right. That's you. You have that light in you. You have that light. Ooh, we got another chakra card for you, the solar plexus. Yeah, so I think, remember how I was saying like things are meant to be quite effortless for you? I think that one thing that might not be as effortless is this putting this third eye awareness into action, because we have the solar plexus chakra grounding the third eye card, right? So it's like the solar plexus is about our will, our discipline, like our willpower, like things that we have to kind of use discipline with. So I feeling like spirit wants you to use your discipline in some way. Like it could be around moving away from like an unhealthy, toxic kind of relationship in your life, or in the future doing that. Or it could be about like moving away from some kind of a toxic, unhealthy substance or food behavior or something like this. One that might be easy to make excuses for and justify, you know? And kind of like bring yourself back into that loop of like hypnosis where you're kind of like deceiving yourself about it being okay, even though deep down your true intuition is like, yeah, this thing is not good for me. I think that's probably like the number one thing if I had to kind of read your, what might be a challenge for you amongst all this positivity, it would be that. It would be like, can you really put into action your will, your discipline to listen to your intuition no matter what, right? Even if it leads you in a direction where you're like, damn, I wish that I didn't have to give this thing up or give up this person or something. Because I feel like something that you might have, okay, this is a very unique message, this is what I'm getting. You might have a little bit of a taste for things that are not good for you. Like you might have a little bit of a seduction energy around things that might not be the best for you. Like you might really enjoy things that aren't necessarily healthy, or like, kind of like being drawn to like people who are kind of like red flaggy. Like, I don't know how to put it, but it's like there's some like little thing in you that I think might sometimes be drawn into these things, who might really fall for, you know, someone who isn't really wanting, you know what I'm trying to say? Like you kind of like mismatch energy a little bit. Where it's like, it's not, there's something here. Like, I feel that you're meant to really tackle this head on and like bring it into the light, because I don't think that it has to stay such a mystery where you're like, oh, why do I always fall for like guys or girls or something who are just like this, who are always like, I don't know, just not available energetically or emotionally, or who cheat or who are addicted to different drugs or whatever. It's that kind of thing where it's like you might be like, why do I always like get seduced by this kind of person or by this kind of thing in life? And I think that there's a reason for it, that like you don't need to, but that would probably serve you to kind of like look at and bring to the light, because I just feel like it's maybe something about yourself that you've maybe wondered about, like just in your own time, just a passing thought of like, yeah, why do I always like this kind of thing? um but it's interesting because you have so much light, and it's almost like you can be drawn into parts of the world that are more pockets of darkness. Like I feel like you do have darkness in you too. Like I'm not trying to say you're only light or whatever, but I don't mean darkness is an evil. I just mean like you have a real, yeah, you have, look, this is the Death card, which is kind of like giving me night, and then you have the Sun card, which is giving me day. So it's like you do have kind of a duality in you, like a tension within you of like both light and dark. And I think that's another reason why you're so magnetic, because you have both of these things, or because you understand the darkness, so you walk in darkness as well as light. You understand both feminine, masculine, like kind of things. You hold really a beautiful tension within duality. But I do see that sometimes you have a desire or like an appetite for things that aren't really in your highest good. And it's something that I think that inevitably in your destiny path, you will actually realize why. Like, why do I do this? What is this really about? Do you know what I mean? And that's why I'm trying to say, like, I had like all these psychic downloads when I was watching that 600-pound live show. I know it's so weird, but I had this like download of realizing, like it's so easy to kind of have desires for something that isn't actually like good for us. It's so easy to actually like empathize with what this person is going through in this show. Like I find it easy as an empath, even though I've never experienced something like that. I could kind of empathize with that kind of human experience, that universal human experience of like, sometimes we are hungering for something that isn't really good for us, but it's also like, what is that through hunger, because it's like no one needs that amount of food. Like that's just a ridiculous amount of food. And if they were truly sober, like if they were truly not in an addiction, they would probably find that level of food like repulsive. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like it would probably be like, what on earth am I doing? Like you suddenly wake up and become sober and you're like, oh my God, this is like ridiculous. But it's like when you're in that seduction, when you're like seduced by this thing, it's like, oh yeah, I need all of this. I need all this. Like I have this hunger, I have this appetite for it. So I'm kind of getting, it's like that there's some kind of thing like that in you. And it could be around food, but it could easily be around like falling for people who aren't good, or like letting them have a place in your life, even though it's not actually healthy or safe. Kind of like with Selena, where it's like this person became obsessed with her and she kind of, like, I don't know what the details were. Maybe she did try to cut her off. I don't know. It might have been that she actually did try to cut her off and that's why she got shot. I don't know. But it's sort of like there were probably warning signs at some point where she could have been like, you know what, this is really not working for me. Um, and just like, yeah, that's sort of what I'm trying to say is like there are certain things in your intuition where it's like if you really became sober in that moment, like if a 600-pound life person became sober in that moment in front of all of that food, they would be like sickened by it. They would be like, oh my God, I don't want this. No, I don't want this. Like if they suddenly became healed in that moment, they would be like, oh my God, this is ridiculous. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, but the thing that seduces in that moment of like, I want all this, I want this thing that's not good for me. Like that's the thing that needs to be healed. That's like the part that needs to be healed. Like that emotion that is being run from that traumatic event that's being, you know, that we are like trying to suppress, whatever it might be. That's the thing that needs to be healed. And then we don't have the desire for that toxic thing anymore. We don't desire people who are unhealthy for us. We don't desire food that's, you know, poisoning our bodies or whatever. It's like that desire goes away, and the sobriety, like it's like you see through sober eyes and you're like, oh my gosh, like I don't want this. I have no desire for this. I have no appetite for this anymore. And that level of healing is available to all of us on earth, but definitely to you. Like you have a gift in your third eye. Like you are really, really, really gifted in your psychic abilities. And I think you already know that. And I just feel, yeah, you could really, really, really free yourself from anything, any kind of like appetite that you have for things that are unhealthy for you. Okay, so yeah, you do kind of have this. I think people like this about you even more, that you have experienced darkness, or that you understand more of the shadow sides of life as well as the light. Like you walk in both somehow. But yeah, you do ignite a lot of passion in others, and you have a lot of passion within yourself. You live life with a lot of passion. You are meant to have a strong material harvest in this lifetime. The more that you come into your power, the more you'll come into your abundance. You have a lot of creative energy and a lot of the ability to kind of like be reborn. Like I feel like your art is always fresh, or your creative voice is always fresh. Like you're always being reborn. Like there's always new emanations of the same kind of gift coming through you like over and over again. And I think that you just like, people never get tired of your energy. They're just like constantly being rejuvenated by your energy. But yeah, the one thing that I would say as a challenge for you as you become this incredible, like very, very successful, very abundant, very rich, very light, bright, you know, being that you're here to be, the challenge I would say is around discipline, to put boundaries into place and to stick by them, and to realize like what is the true reason that you may hunger for things that are not healthy for you, because it's an illusion, right? It's an illusion. And that's what I'm trying to say when I keep bringing up the 600-pound life person. It's like their body does not need that much food, right? That's an illusion kind of thing that then becomes reality. When you keep eating that much, then your body kind of like habituates to it. But it's like the reason that ever started, do you know what I mean? Like that there's something there. There's a reason for that. And so there's some kind of an illusion that I feel like you're meant to break free from, and it's going to unlock more of your own personal power to you. It's something where it's like you've been desiring things that weren't healthy for you. Like I said, use it to explain, like use it for whatever thing. Could be substance, could be food, could be, you know, romantic relationships, like whatever. But it's some like aspect of your shadow where it's like you desire something, you have an appetite, a seduction kind of energy for things that aren't really, really, truly serving you. And I think that your will, like you're meant to enact your will in this lifetime in that one area. Because I actually think that other than that, a lot of things are just meant to come to you really effortlessly. Okay, like things are just meant to kind of fall down at your feet and be like, let me serve you, let me give to you. Like, that's the kind of energy you command. It's like, it really is kind of the energy of the goddess as well, the divine feminine incarnate. And yeah, I think that you're meant to be very successful, very rich. It's an inevitability rather than an if, it's a when. And the one guidance spirit had is around that third eye, solar plexus, enacting the will, the discipline to seeing through the illusion and really anchoring into the truth of things and moving on from things that are actually unhealthy for you. Okay. All right. Really interesting reading, group 3. um, if you would like to check out my work, my links are in the description box below. I did just release an ancestral karma clearing light language sleep tape that could really help you actually with uncovering this third eye block of like, what is this thing? Why do I keep craving things that are not good for me? Why do I keep going, like falling in love, being seduced by people that are unhealthy or that are toxic or whatever? There's a reason, and it might really help working with the sleep tape to help you like sort of clear at the subconscious level. But do what resonates for you. So I'll just link it in the description box below if you want to read about that, or you want to read about any of my other energy healings to see if they may support you on your path, then please do. And thank you so much for supporting my work. Thanks for spending time with me today. And I'm sending you so much love and light. Take care.